Hi everyone, Michael from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au. So welcome to the next part of our How to Invest in Gold series. We've previously looked at whys, now we're going to look at some of the actual products that you can invest in. And probably the big difference we need to start off with is paper versus physical. Now, what do we mean by paper versus physical? So you can buy paper-backed gold, if you like. So it's what we're talking about is things like CFDs, contracts for difference, which are almost a gamble on spot price. We're talking about ETFs, exchange traded funds, which may invest in the physical, but quite often invest in futures contracts and price movements and things like that. You can also directly invest in futures contracts yourself on various exchanges. Now, the plus of doing that is it's usually fairly easy to get into. You have a broker account and you're away. Quite often it's fairly cheap to get into. Brokerage fees are fairly low. Not that premiums need to be high on physical, but in paper your brokerages are quite low. And also you can leverage into it. So you might only have to put up, even 1%, but 10% of your total purchase price may be all you're required to front. Some of the major downsides, though, are a lot of these paper assets or paper contracts are purely that. They're purely pieces of paper or even just electrons. They're not actually backed by anything in a lot of cases. Some of them, they do say they are backed. We don't know quite often how they're backed, how well they're backed. If there's a run on them, we talk about a run on the banks every so often, but if there's a run on contracts for physical assets, whether the physical assets would be there, and if they were there, whether there's enough to go around even. So there's some fairly major limitations on that. You're also, and we've just hinted at that, you're also opening yourself up to major counterparty risk. So is the company that's backing these going to be there at the end of the day anyway? So there's some ease to getting into positives, but you're opening yourself up to quite a few risks there in other ways. Looking at physical though, and look, I'm a bullion dealer, let's get the obvious bias out the way. I'm going to talk you into buying physical, but let's look at some of the negatives for physical. We've looked at the negatives for the paper. Physical can have some similar negatives. It's a pain in the neck to store. You've got to find somewhere to store it. And we'll actually, that's a whole video in itself and we will go through that. You look at some of the premiums that can involve. Physical doesn't have to, but physical premiums, so the price above spot price, can actually get quite expensive in some areas. You don't have to go down that way. There are cheap versions, but it can actually get expensive. And again, we'll do a whole video on premiums, what they are and which way you might want to go for various reasons in another video. Some of the big advantages of physical, and probably the biggest advantage of physical, is the fact that you control it. It all comes back to control. If you've got a paper asset, someone else is in control of it. Sure, you can choose when to buy and sell it, assuming it's there to buy and sell. If you hold the physical asset, if you hold it in your hot little hand, you can choose what to do with it. You can choose whether you want to expose yourself to a third party for storage, or whether you want to store it yourself. You can, and I'm certainly not suggesting you do this, but you can dig a big hole in your backyard and you could bury it. No, I'm not suggesting you do that. So let's just be clear. But you have control. I choose who knows about this. I choose where it's stored. I choose how it's bought, when it's bought. I choose how it's sold. I have full control over this because I own it. And that's the big advantage of physical. But there are other advantages as well. There is nothing quite like holding a kilo bar of gold. It's spine tingling. Comes back to some of our more basic animal instincts, I think, or what's been bred into us over thousands of years. There's also a lot of other benefits. You talk about coins and you talk about the beauty of them. So you can get that extra pleasure out of it. It's not purely just an investment pleasure. It's also something you can physically hand down to future generations. And it's useful for teaching people about the value of real assets. It doesn't have to necessarily be precious metal, but it's part of that physical asset realm, and you can use it to teach. And I know I personally use it to teach friends and particularly family, my kids, because it gives them some understanding of what this is when it's real money. These are some of the things that you need to consider as you continue on this investment journey. So I encourage you to, again, go to Google. Google's your friend. Type in some of these things. Be careful, not everything on the internet's true, believe it or not, but there's some really good information out there. Certainly include your bullion dealer in your discussions, and certainly if we're close enough to you or contactable via email or phone, or you can drop in, we'd certainly love to be part of that discussion with you. All right, that's it for now. We'll talk again soon as we continue on this series. Can't overemphasize the fact that we're going to keep going, and you need to subscribe to the channel and keep learning with us. All right, that's it for now. We'll talk again soon. See ya.